Shalom, family. Today I will be starting a new series. It's going to be called Laconic Lessons with Lyjah. Now, what will happen in this series is I will expound and explain biblical words and phrases. In today's word, we have, and if you don't know what that is, that's love. Now, love comes from the Hebrew word ahava, which means to show affection. Now, the way you show God affection is explained in 1 John 5:3, which states, "For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous." So what that means is the only way that we can love the Most High is if we keep his commandments. And by his commandments not being grievous, they're not hard to do. They're not a burden. And the only way we can keep his commandments is if we know him. And people will always say, "Oh, I love God, this, and that." But they don't know them. They don't know the commandments. So how are you going to love the Most High if you don't even know his commands? That's for a whole different day, though. And it says the same thing in John 14:15. "If you love me, keep my commandments." So in order for us to love God, in order for us to show appreciation to God, in order to show our affection to God, we have to keep his commandments. And it says the same exact thing in 2 John 1:6. "And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye heard from the beginning, you shall walk in it." So the Most High is adamant about us walking in the commandments. Now in Matthew 22:39 it says, "And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." Basically saying treat people how you would want to be treated. We've learned that all our lives. Now in Deuteronomy 30:6 it says, "And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart." So everything that you have, all thy heart and all thy soul, so thou livest. And the way we love him is to keep his commandments. So when we keep his commandments, we have to do it with all our might, all our heart and soul. Because if we half-ass our love for the Most High, he gonna remember that in Judgment Day. And now that is the lesson on love. Shalom, family.